Hey everybody, Mike Vacchi here with Princetontrader. Wanted to hop on here right at the close. It's about 5 minutes after 4 Eastern time. Just kind of wrap up the day. It's been an interesting day. So basically what we've done in the bigger picture is we've gone from an all-time high back to the green line here, the 20-day simple moving average. You hear me call it the daily Bollinger Band. That held a support, and we tested the 45 area, which is the weekly pivot, right into the close. Hourly chart, you can see it a little better here. So we close at all-time highs. They steadily take it down. We fought over it a little bit this morning early, and then they do a nice deep dip down into 44.11.75 after probing and testing this weekly pivot area a little bit. Then the bears do what the bears do all too often. Couple of looks at 11.75 area. They can't finish, and they go ahead and they take it right back up over the course of the next 3 hours and end up closing it right at 44.45 weekly pivot. They're trying to defend it a little bit here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. I'm going to zoom a little bit. So here's your open. Your opening was at 45.75. We had a nice move down to our proprietary lower level right off the bat. They took it back up, but they could never deal with our proprietary moving average. They could never convert. They tried to here. They could never convert volume weighted average price to support. And then, it gets a little slippery around 11:30, and then you've got resistance at VWAP, 15 minutes worth of resistance at the opening print weekly pivot, and then finally, the bow breaks, and off you go. They create what we call a bias at our lower level. They retest that bias, then they break it, and they do a bias, they retest, then they fail. But where do they fail down to? Daily mid. So the reality is it takes about a 2% not even haircut off of the all-time high from Friday back to a very big intermediate term inflection point in the 20-day simple moving average, the middle Bollinger Band, and then they blow it, and they blow it again. They create a higher low. They take it here. They try to hold it here. They did a pretty good job at 30, but then they go and create yet another higher low, and then it's off to the races for the last hour and 15 minutes of the day, closing it right at the weekly pivot. So another really nice day to trade. We were long 18. Now we're long 25. Just took a middle. We've got a runner left. We're letting it do whatever it's going to do here in the overnight. So looking ahead into tonight, you've got this battle. You've got a battle over some very familiar areas that we've talked about every morning in our webcast, right? You've got the 9-day, 42, weekly pivot, 45. Something's got to give here. Volume weighted average price, that'll shift a little bit after the 6 o'clock open. But again, we're still battling over the same two lines, weekly pivot and the 9-day. If the bears can hold it here, they need to have a good night in through the Europe Open. You want to see things opening. When you wake up, you definitely want to be down in this 44.30, 44.25 area, if not better. If the bears let go of the rope and they let the bulls take advantage and demonstrate support at the 9-day, similar to how they demonstrated support at the 20-day, and the weekly pivot, by that time, the hourly midband, which is sitting right at 44.49, then the bears have a serious problem heading into a Wednesday where all they've done during the course of the first 2 days is give up all-time highs, do a retracement back to a very discernible, very popular support area, create some higher lows, and then go ahead and blow the 20-day, the 9-day, the weekly pivot, the hourly midband, all in succession. That would open up a retest back up near the 76 area by the end of the week. So the ball is in the Bears' court to try to hold it here. Their heels are at the edge of the cliff, so to speak, and they're going to have to hold the line. If they can't hold the line, then there's more upside pricing from there. All right, I'm going to be popping on. I'm going to be doing these midday updates like yesterday. I'm going to be doing these at the close updates because I really want to lay out for people, look, this is what we do on a daily basis. Where we are, this is what we do. This is the kind of value you get with us. So look out for these. Join that private Facebook group. Join us over on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you find us, so you're in the loop to get all this, what we think is really good, valuable information. All right. Everybody have a great night. Take care. Trade them well. We'll talk in the morning. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.